Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry to me is what I like to call every hooper's favorite hooper. In fact, when it comes to just watching Steph effortlessly shoot look-away threes, half-court bombs, and casually shimmy after a 4-point play, I feel like Steph isn't just a hooper's favorite hooper, but most of basketball fanatics across the globe's favorite of all time. Steph is nothing short of amazing, and the man is most definitely in a class of his own. A class no man before, or I think after, will come close to surpassing when it's all said and done. Really. The aura of invincibility at only 6'3" that he projects, the constant ability to take on multiple defenders at a time on a drive to the basket, perfectly calculating every step along the way and finishing through contact, it's absurd, and I think we'll never ever see another like him. To put into perspective what it would take to even come close to one-upping Steph in his main metric of production, here's a player in Trae Young that shares almost the exact same playstyle and mannerisms on the court as Steph. From the ankle braces to the patented celebration after a big play, this is the modern day Kobe Jordan, but only this time the younger player can't quite keep up. In Trae's first 4 years in the NBA, these were his respective 3-point stats, and these were Steph's in his 4th year. Notice anything? Trae put up 66 more threes and played 25 more games than Steph, but also attempted slightly more threes on worse completion percentages. Close, but I originally thought a player of Trae Young's caliber could do it, or someone coming in within the next few years. But after crunching some numbers, it's getting harder to imagine that player ever existing. A player would essentially have to maintain something in the range of 90% of Steph's shooting accuracy while having close to James Harden 2017-2018 MVP season usage rates and or more 3-point attempts per game to get there. And in fact, all while having the look, the bravado, the aura of invincibility that strikes fear in every opponent's heart. Difficult. Steph so far has put up 8.8 attempts a game on average, and has a total of 3,133 threes over 14 seasons. Really 11.5 due to significant injuries throughout his career. Nonetheless, crazy. But guys like James Harden has only passed 8.8 threes a game 5 times in about 12.5 seasons worth of time. All in his MVP level Houston years, with insane usage rates. Out of those 12.5 seasons, Harden took 10 threes a game for 3.5 years, with one being 9.5. That's 10 a game. Just take a second and think about that. Now, Steph has put up that for 7 years. 5 if we're being strict, but 2 of them were 9.8 attempts. So, for comparison to someone who has played in the 3-ball era their whole career, Trae has been at 7.3 per game for 4 years now, not even passing 10 once in the 3-point era where he can supposedly shoot whatever he wants. Now with that being said, he did get to 9.5 in his 2nd year, but the other 3 are 8.0 or in the low 6s. It goes without saying, unless a player is close to as accurate as Steph and jacks up threes almost as much as MVP Harden, they're not going to beat Steph's record and look or level of production on the court. The Ja Morants, Trae Youngs, Dames are really good. Really. But Steph is just on a whole nother level. We don't see Trae, Dame, or Ja doing stuff like this, along with being insanely efficient from deep. We are truly watching the wilt of 3-point shooting. But if you watch a lick of NBA basketball, you already know this. Now, what we may not know is that Steph is even more impressive when he isn't shooting threes like we see here. Steph is quickly pushing the ball up the court and is quickly picked up by Lonnie Walker, who's anticipating Steph will pull up and shoot a 3, as most defenders would, but Steph then tries to change directions with this slow but steady between the legs dribble move and gets quickly cut off again by Lonnie Walker. When that happens, Steph instinctively swiftly hits him with a step back, behind the back, waits for the screen, and hits him with another momentum changing behind the back move. Crazy, and you won't believe what happens next.
With plenty of time to work, and Curry will fire nonetheless.
Steph hits this man with the prime 1993 Hakeem Olajuwon inspired Dream Shake post fadeaway. Absolutely insane. And as early as we are in the season, I could go on for hours detailing the crazy things this man has already pulled off. Welcoming rookies to the NBA in the worst way possible, crafty backdoor cuts to the rim, and the seemingly inevitable 4-point play. In the stage we're at in the season, Steph is undeniably off to another hot start. Can't say I'm surprised. And while I think the NBA regular season MVP award is reserved for someone else this far, Steph is looking to go back-to-back. If you need a quick 3 or a game winner when the game is close and there's barely any time left on the clock and the fans are screaming in Chase Center, there's only one player the fan base of the Warriors can look to. The one player that every fan can count on to make a play. The one player who has single-handedly revolutionized the way the game is played. Steph is your guy. And with all of that being said, that's gonna do it. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time.